trade relations between Kenya and Tanzania will continue to deteriorate unless significant investment is made in improving the balance of trade and trade relations. This is according to the Export Promotion Council, which says that the current efforts are barely sufficient to keep trade on track.
Trade disputes last year saw exports value sink to levels only seen before the East African community became reality. Kenya and Tanzania are currently working hand in hand to repair the damage.
10 of the fastest growing economies in the world are in our region of the world. Also 20 of the poorest countries on earth are in the same continent. So we have the best of both worlds. We have the best of the growth story, as well as we have a serious problem with abject poverty.
In rectifying this, reviewing the tariff and non-tariff barriers that has hurt business in the recent past will be key. Cultural differences have also in the recent past contributed to poor trade between the two regions. According to an official from KCCI, says tolerance and understanding of culture and business practices will smoothen the process.
It's a huge market from Cape to Cairo, from Mombasa to Abidjan. So to us, really speaking, we need to look at the bigger picture. Yes, Tanzania is a crucial market, and yes, we will look at it. But you know what? Let's do the business and let's grow Kenya. And yes, we need to be selfish, but with Tanzania, we need to change the tact a little bit and tell them, guys, we will do it together, and we should be mopping up the marketplace.
Tanzania also aims to create market linkages for its products with major retailers and consume their Kenyan counterparts as articulated by Kenya's ambassador to Tanzania.
What I'm calling all of us today is to start forging a real strong partnership between Tanzania and Kenya, so that together, in the next 2 years, in fact, maybe this year in my view, and our Principal Secretary, Dr. Kipto, is at the helm of this. This year, let's fix all non-tariff barriers, because I think that's the main pain points for most Kenyan businesses, and maybe also from Tanzania as well.
Julia Owino, KTN News.
Many thanks, Julie, for that report. And Kenya Power has disconnected electricity supply to City Hall over unpaid bills amounting to 990 million shillings, while the accrued bills relate to power supplied to various premises and installations through more than 5,500 accounts that belong to the Nairobi City County Government. Well, the Nairobi City County Government has for several years been indebted to Kenya Power and has consistently failed to repay despite various meetings and agreements between the two parties. Let's take you now to our weekly segment on Throwback Business. Well, think how life would be in today's world without television sets, or if they are, but to broadcast only in two colors, or black and white, as it was in more than 3 decades ago. These televisions of the old are the center of focus in this week's episode of Throwback Business by Tobias Chanji.
Great Wall is a type of television that was the in thing in the years of late 80s and early 90s. Although externally they are red in color, it's ironical that they only broadcasted white and black pictures. They say old is gold, a phrase supported by Mzee Benjamin Nzioka, who owns a Great Wall.
This television nilinunua mwaka wa 1989. Ndipo nilinunua hii TV.
In today's world, television are everywhere. This is so different on how it was in the past, where only few owned one. Those who owned included chiefs, teachers, medical practitioners, and others who only acquired them through loans.
Hiyo area yetu kulikuwa na mzee mmoja tu alikuwa na hii TV, na hata si eti alinunua na pesa. Ajabu ni mzee alitafuta mtu akamkatia kipande cha shamba, ndiye akampatia hiyo TV, ameletea TV na battery.
Wakati huo ilikuwa inawika kweli, manake tulikuwa tunakusanyika pamoja zote pale kijijini kwetu, na tulikuwa tunakaa pamoja, tunaenjoy kuangalia mambo ya mipira.
Mwanzo walimu wameteseka sana kuhusu TV ya Great Wall, because mwalimu hii TV pengine kama ilikuwa inauzwa hata kama ni 10,000 wakati huo, walikuwa wanaenda kwa ART ile malipo ya polepole, wanaitishwa wanakuwa double price. Kama ni inauzwa 10,000, wanalipa polepole, wanakatwa shilingi 20 ndio upate TV kama hii.
Those who witnessed the era have much to say, including major challenges like lack of sharp and clear pictures.
Kwa kweli huwezi kujua mtu amevaa nguo gani. Unaweza kuona mtu amevaa nguo tu kama ni black, utaona changes. Kwa hivyo kuonesha kwamba hapo hatua imepigika ya kutosha.
Mara kidogo upepo imepiga aerial, mmoja anakimbilia nje, anaenda nazungusha, unasikia hapo, acha hapo. Hapo kidogo tunaona kidogo, mara pengine mtu azumiwe itoke kubwa ndio unaweza mtu fulani, lakini bila hiyo unaona tu watu ndani mchele, hata uwezi tofautia huyu ni nani na huyu ni nani. Alafu ajabu by then pia ilikuwa uwezi jua huyu ni mzungu, ni Mwafrika.
In those days, TV was not just watched the whole day as it is nowadays, but would air for less than 6 hours, after which stations would close. These were days where men controlled almost every electronic equipment.
Wakati huo pia TV ilikuwa uwezi fungua TV kuanzia asubuhi mpaka jioni. Ilikuwa TV inafunguliwa pengine kama kuanzia saa 7 ama 9.
Wakati huo mimi nilikuwa naona watu zaidi ya 10 wanakuja, tunakaa pamoja.
With under 10 days to the official kick-off of the World Cup, Mzee Nzioka says that he'll watch all his matches here. Tobias Chanji, KTN News, Throwback Business.
Indeed, reliving the good old days of black and white. I remember my father had one of those. Well, let's take it now to Makueni County. Well, Makueni, like many parts of Kenya, has been receiving heavy rains since March this year. Floods have wreaked havoc in many parts of Makueni as a result. Well, the heavy rains have brought diseases, parasites and infections to cattle, goats, sheep, dogs and other farm animals. To mitigate this, Makueni County government has partnered with the University of Nairobi's Veterinary Emergency Response Unit and Wild Animal Protection. At least 210,000 animals are expected to be vaccinated by the end of this exercise. Makueni Governor Professor Kivutha Kibwana officially flagged off the vaccination drive and emphasized the need for a proactive approach to insulate farmers against grave exposure. Well, that's where we bring it to a close on the business news tonight. My name is Abi Agina.